When you see Poatan in sparring, it's not just about trading blows. It's about reading, distance control, and real-time decision-making. And this kind of sparring isn't for warming up, it's to reveal flaws. In this video, I'm going to react to the sparring session that Poatan did at my gym and show what's really being trained there, shall we? I tell everyone that Alex, if you don't attack, he'll attack you. If you attack, he'll counter you. He'll beat you to it. He keeps constant pressure on you, you know. He controls the distance really well. He developed his game in a way that's favored by his size. And you can see that here he's doing it against a guy, right, Johnny? A world kickboxing champion. When Johnny got out of the ring, he said, man, it was exactly what I expected, you know. And Alex, guys, in this kind of training, he lets you work. Obviously, we can feel the guy's different power. The guy has a different punch. But he's there respecting and being respected too, right, guys? All the athletes who got in there, none of them went in to test Alex. After all, nobody wants to see his reaction if someone goes overboard. In this training session, the only one who could handle harder sparring, right, because of his size and weight, is Johnny. No one else there has a similar weight and the kickboxing experience like Poatan and Johnny do. Johnny is a guy from the Curitiba school from Thai box under the late Osmar. I had the pleasure of watching him fight. He was a monster and great at boxing. Poatan, he controls the distance more and knows the right moment to go in to hit without getting hit, you know. Johnny already has that thing, but since he's a relatively short guy for heavyweight, he's the kind of guy who takes a hit and gives one back, you know. Alex has more of a game based on controlling with his reach because of his height, right? They're different styles. For MMA, Alex's style fits much better. It's hard for a striker to move forward in MMA and do well, you know. Johnny has already adapted, he's used to it, but we can see that with Alex, he struggles with the range, but he also had a hurt knee. This is a very educational sparring session. Jonathan is 35 years old, and man, he left the ring saying, Master, thank you so much for letting me step into your gym and have this opportunity to spar with the guy, you know. The whole world wants to do what he had the opportunity to do, you know. You know, being there with him, with Alex in a calm moment, right? Letting him throw punches, obviously with mutual respect, but allowing him to have this moment with Alex, the champion, you know, Jonathan, he could move more. I told him, man, imagine you're wearing small gloves, so you have to control the contact. When we're wearing small gloves, if you take a punch, the damage, you know, it's going to cut you more easily, so the contact is reduced. We control it more with movement, but he's got a bad knee. It's not letting him move, you know. The idea is the approach, you know, to control, to feint, to threaten more. Move more, right? Truman, he was fighting in the UFC at 84 and dropped to 77. It really is a weight class that suits him better. He's a guy who comes from grappling, also from Curitiba, but who already has more experience with Poatan. Because he trains with Glover there in New York and also with Plinio, man. So he has more contact with Poatan than Johnny does, right? But he, you know, moves. He's there with you. Can I step in? Of course. Are you crazy? Truman, he just stands there waiting. So Alex chooses the moment he allows, man. He's allowing Alex to choose the moment to act. It's just that Alex needs to feint more. He's attacking too much and Alex allows it, right? Because, man, I tell people that Alex is someone who knows how to train. Man, he lets you work, he lets you test yourself without hurting you, right? Obviously, nobody's there just for a massage. I tell people that I've left with bruises on the back of my head, man. Guys, Brunão is a kid who moves a lot. He's really fast, you know? If we look at the two training sessions they did, they were two completely different sessions. In this one, Brunão was the last, and the day before, Brunão was the first. And you can see, man, Brunão did much better in the second one when Alex was already more tired. So much so that when I said, your turn, Brunão, Alex replied, of all people, he moves around so much. E aí ele permitiu o Bruno. If he lets go a little more, right, man? We're talking about an 80-kilo athlete against someone who has almost 10 centimeters and 30 kilos on him, right, man? Oh man, Brunão did well against Alex. Dude, he did well against Alex because Alex allowed it. Because if he doesn't allow it, man, every punch from Alex is like one of his kicks, you know? Then you see how he lets Brunão do his thing, and he's just there so people think he has a low guard. But you can see that Brunão, he has to step in to hit him. So he can't just stay there, right? That's already his game. When people understand, you'll see that's already a style that makes life a lot easier for him in MMA. Because besides having that distance control and deciding who gets to touch and who doesn't, his hands are already ready for a takedown defense, you know. So that's pretty interesting. In the first training session, Alex says he doesn't know if it was conscious or not. But he always ran to the right side, to Poatan's left. He managed to keep his distance and make things a bit harder for Alex, right? Now, in this second training session, Brunão is rested, and Alex had already trained with several athletes there. And then he's going up against a kid who moves really well, man. And you can see he doesn't even move anymore. Now he just walks forward, and in these last 2 rounds, he's tired. He doesn't want to move as much anymore. It's also so Brunão can work a bit too. This is already the second or third time Alex has come and sparred with Brunão. He really likes Brunão, man. He's very cautious about applying pressure. If he felt Brunão had bad intentions, like wanting to hurt him, the training would be different, you know? Same with Johnny, Truman, or anyone else. When we go into a training session, a sparring match, you know when the guy's hitting you to hurt you, or just to have a tough training session, you know? We know when you're taking it easy. Man, to avoid hurting your opponent, if your opponent goes harder on you, then you say, oh, next time I won't go easy on you anymore, you know? Now he gave Brunão a chance so Leon could see Brunão. I would use the clinch more, you know, but that's it. Sometimes it's good for the guy to test himself a little. Brunão, he's a guy who improves every day, right? He's 31 years old, and man, this is his time, his moment. That was really good for his mindset, you know. The kid left that training session really excited. Man, I'd do things differently. I'd loosen up more. Especially with my right hand. It's pressure, you know? Yeah. So he doesn't let you attack at all. He doesn't let you get comfortable at all, man. I was tense the whole time worrying about defense, you know? You see that you even touch him, but there's always a response, always a move. And then I joke around with him. I tell him, man, you're really tall, dude. Let's work more on the inside. He says, let's do it.
No, don't fight on the inside, no.
I really like this move. Since I can't see out of my right eye, this is a move that lets me keep him in view. I protect my chin, and I really like it. The one who used this kind of defense a lot was George Foreman. He used blocks more like this, you know? So I like to mix it up a little there. There's always an answer. There's always a move, bro. Man, I did the Canelo Jones move there. Man, I've already sparred with a lot of people, a lot of good people in the fighting world. And it ends up that even in training, they always make you comfortable so you can work a bit on your attack. Alex, he doesn't let you get comfortable at any moment. Man, we went to Dubai. We got to Dubai. The Glory All-Stars were there with Nick Hammer, a bunch of champions, man. Nobody moves forward against Alex. What's up with that? Bro, am I going to get into the fight? Do I have to get in? All the time for the fight. Don't I keep you from getting comfortable enough to have any opening against me? I'm in the fight all the time, always searching, controlling the distance, but putting you under pressure all the time, man. That's it, man. He does it like no one else in the fighting world, you know. He keeps you in the yellow zone all the time, man. That puts you under pressure. Why? Because he only needs to move one foot to reach you with the jab, you know. And man, his jab is long, you know. That little step he has to take for you to attack him, you have to move both your feet. So you end up getting caught inside. So when he's hitting you, you don't hit him. When he's hitting you, you still don't hit him. So it's complicated, you know. It's really interesting. But he has your control down really well. I've already analyzed several of Alex's fights. He's a guy who always controlled the distance in the first round, like Anderson used to do, like most athletes do. You control the distance until you understand the reach, the way they move, and then you start investing in counter-striking, you know? Increase the pressure of the fight, right? Do you know when Anderson would become dangerous? When he dropped his guard, right? But when would he drop his guard? After he understood your reach, after he mapped you out, he would drop his guard, man. That's when he became dangerous, and that's Alex, you know? Alex does the same thing. But with Ankalaev, he came with this effect, this surprise element. It was such a surprise that even Ankalaev was caught off guard, you know? Then, man, he started coming forward right away. It was different, man. In the end, this kind of sparring isn't about who hits harder. It's about who learns faster, makes fewer mistakes under pressure, and keeps making good decisions when the body already wants to quit. That's what builds a career, not just winning. If you understood that you are really being trained here, you're already one step ahead of those who only see the exchange of blows. Leave in the comments what you thought of this video and tell me. Would you spar with Poatan? Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.